Hello, everyone, to the cutoff race in the first round at in the Nitro Racing League Cup Series. We are at Road America. We're just getting right into it. This race is 30 lap stages are 8, 8, 14. We're starting P6. I'm not the, I don't think I'm the best road racer. Definitely not the best road racer in here, but not awful at it. But here we go into turn one. Everyone guy was kind of easy. Um, Lever goes really wide. Um, Yeah, so really the only so there's four people outside looking in. This is the cutoff race for the first round, and the only person below the cut line that showed up was the 10 car of Matt Jaffe, and he just got um, yeeted off the track by the guy that he's trying to beat tonight, Libert, in the 88. Um, but essentially, Jaffe pretty much has to win the race to make it into the next round, unless some weird stage point shenanigans happen. But um, Yeah, that was a chaotic start, but we moved up to P3, and then later in the lap one going into Canada corner, Jonathan's just able to close so much on me, and then I get it really loose right there, and that turn's tricky. It gets a little loose. Me and Cameron go side by side through this turn. Probably not the best idea, and Bacon gets really loose and goes off track. Bacon Cameron, same person. But after lap one, we moved up to P4 from starting, I think, P6, and also, and Andrew in the 9 car was starting a parking, so he only had one way to go out in this race after doing his one lap, and that was go head on full throttle into turn one, and he would leave the race right after that. So went out on the Blades of Gloria. So lap two, going through the carousel. Gary caught me by like 2 seconds and this lap, so I'm just gonna let him go outside the carousel here, but I actually get a little loose and almost actually take him out. Um, but yeah, that was that. But lap five here. Thus you can see I'm in my own little bubble here. But I go into turn five way too hard, and Chaffee's gonna be able to capitalize and move into at least fight for P3. So me and him are gonna battle through turn six, and going through turn seven here. And he's pulling out, but he goes into the grass, so I'm going to try to make a move. And going to turn eight, I'm going to go full sending into it, and it sticks somehow. So I'm able to pass him back for P4. Then we go through the carousel, and and yeah, and then off the carousel here, I get a little loose, and he's able to get the power down a lot better than me. Then I did, and then we both decide we're gonna let each other go into kink, so we both let off really early. So, but he eventually clears me. But here we come to the white flag of the stage. So I get a little run on Chaffee there. I think I hit him a bit, but then he gets the run on the outside down here. We're coming to the white flag of the stage one here. So the stage ends when we hit lap 9, but we're going in somewhat side by side into turn 1. And I decide, I'm going to go for a big send here. So I send it in, and honestly kind of halfway make the turn. But I get really loose, and I have no control, and I just destroyed Chaffee, and I felt so bad because he needs stage points to have a chance. And then the compound issues, Libert's now in 5th, and then later this lap, you can see Libert's right there behind me, and I get a terrible exit through the carousel, and he gets a huge run, and then he's gonna get go into this turn, and he's gonna. I'm fighting really hard for this just because I want stage points, but then I go too wide, and then Libert's gonna be able to go into P4 and get 2 stage points to make his gap over Chaffee even bigger. And then you can see me coming across the line for P5 in stage one. I felt so bad for Chaffee because I just destroyed him. But here we are for the start of stage two, starting P5. Um, this part of the race was kind of a clown show, not gonna lie. Everyone was just kind of just like bumping and running everyone just for the lulz, and everyone was kind of just laughing about it just because it was so ridiculous. And then I oversend turn one really bad and send Libert, and then Chaffee goes, and then there's a block, and then they're like 3 wide, and there's bumper cars everywhere, and Chaffee's dead again. And then but he's actually not dead because his car goes straight. And you can see he's actually right behind me. And then we go through And then that ends the chaos of that. And then we're gonna jump ahead here a little bit. I forget exactly where. Um, but okay, so we're going through the kink here, and then Libert and Cameron are going side by side, and I just full send it, and then I hit Libert, and then I get spun, and since Bacon spun, that's a caution. And the comedy of Road America is that we were able to restart this lap again because we didn't do a lap, so we can't pit if unless we complete a lap. So yeah, we all rushed back and we were able to go the same exact lap. The caution came out, so that was pretty funny. And then the comedy in turn one continues. So there goes Connor combat going wide, and then there's chaos everywhere. I think Connor's dead. Gary had an issue, and then I go through the grass, and I'm like, oh, big move, and then Libert's dead, going for an adventure down there. Mahu's cutting me off, and then only this turn I think only ends one way, but I forget how this goes, but yeah, all of this is kind of a blur to me because it was just so comical. And there goes Cameron going wide, and then we're three wide out of turn five, and no one's giving Mahu's pinching me into Gary, and we're three wide. And then here we go through turn six, and we're three wide again. And it's just funny to look at because it's just chaotic and silly and all that good stuff. And going to turn eight, I think, and Mahu's still fighting me really hard. And then we go through the carousel, and I go through the grass a little bit, going to mow the lawn a bit, I guess you can say. And finally, a little bit of a breathing room here. Some people are starting to get spread out, and Mahu has a terrible exit of the carousel and just parks it, and then he throws me off the track. But after that, it calms down a little bit, and then into the final turn, I just yeet Mahu out of the way. I guess so. Um, yeah, the chaos of this race was in stage two was insane. To be honest, it was pretty funny. Um, I know I was trying to hope he Mahu doesn't kill me going into turn one, but yeah, this I full send it so he can't even get to me. But then he gets a nice exit and he hits me up and off the track, and then he just full sends turn three. And then you can see Chaffee up here lagging up a storm. He's doing 360s and teleporting and all that good stuff. Somehow never lagging out of this race, by the way. Um, he was like this multiple times. I have no idea how he doesn't lag out. And the fact that I don't even know what to say. It's look at him. He's all over the place. And then I'm so like compelled by it that I just go wide, and Connor's able to get under me here. And yeah, that was just hilarious. But yeah, me and kind of going side by side. He goes a little wide, but he's able to keep it on the curb, so he's still on the track. And then yeah, the insanity of the stage is finally coming to a close a little bit. So coming to lap 14. Somehow Mahu's still with me. Um, yeah, I don't know how exactly, but Lever goes wide, and Mahu just full sends. He just sends me all the way off into the gravel. And then I get really loose, and I think he felt a little bad about that one. So he goes wide in three, and then I come off the edge, yeah, he just parks it, and then there's contact again, and he finally lets me go. And the comedy of stage two was amazing, to be honest. Yeah, so we're just gonna jump up to the end of stage two here and finish P7. So yeah, it was funny, but here we come to the start of stage three. The race ends when we hit lap 31, so it's 12 to go, I think, when we hit the line. So I decided to do something really risky. You can see I'm in fourth gear already. I'm like, no, screw it. I'm not gonna win this race by going fast because people are faster than me. I'm just gonna see if I can save the gas and the tires to make it to the end of this race. And basically what I'm doing is basically what you do is to stay in fourth gear most of the track, and then you can see even in fourth gear I'm gaining on people, and and then the Connor got shuffled out, but like even staying in fourth gear I'm gaining on people because these turns are so chaotic on the restart. And Mahu's going for some interesting line over there. I'm not really sure, and then Liber gets contact and gets shoved off the track a bit. Yeah, you can see I'm just staying in fourth gear, just trying to save gas as much as I can early because I'm like, I think I can make it, and the pit delta here is so big. I think I might be able to win the race because the pit delta here is so large. So we just go into this turn, and then Mahu hits the wall, and he spins, and then Cameron spins as well. So that's actually going to bring out a caution. And I was like, okay, that's good. I can just save more gas. And I'm not going to lose time. But the caution's out at this point, so we're all just trying to catch up, and we're gonna restart this lap again. So you can see I'm in second gear because I can't just be in fourth gear because there's a car behind me. But you can see I go to the side and let Cameron go, and so I'm already saving back gas. But you can see we've done over 2 laps since we fitted, and it's still 9 laps. So I'm feeling pretty good because as soon as you come out of the pit, it says 9 laps, and then we've done like 2 laps at this point. So I know I've been saving a lot of gas. So and right there, it just changed to 8 laps. So yeah, at this point, I'm full committed to it. So just save as much fuel as I can, right? Strategy. So that's just how it is, and that's just how I decided to do it because I'm gonna finish like fifth or sixth if I just do it normally, go normal. So at this point, some people have pitted, and as you can see, Chafe is now taking the lead, and we are with like 7.5 laps to go. And you can see I only had 6 laps of gas at this point. But all of a sudden, because Chafe's in the lead, there's actually a chance I could get eliminated because Liber was getting stage points, and and could have caught me. If Chafe won and Liber passed me in points, I could have been eliminated. But you can see Chafe is leading the race at this point. And I'm still saving gas, and we're coming to 6 or 7 to go. I honestly forget at this point. But Mahu just spins off the carousel. Mahu's wheel broke, so he's actually on a controller for the first time in like a year, he said. And I can tell you he was not having a good time. And it honestly might hurt his playoff hopes in the next round. He does make the next round, but next round's going to be tough for him if he doesn't get his wheel back. But at this point, we have now taken the lead, and we have 4 laps of gas left and 5 laps to go. So, um, you can see Combat Connor came out that far behind, and I'm just trying to manage the gap at this point, and save as much gas as I can. And you can see Gary's actually moved into the second at this point, and we're going to 3 to go. And it says 2 laps of gas, so that's a little nerve-wracking to say the least. And you can see Gary's coming pretty fast, but he didn't take tires, so he wasn't gonna be that much. He wasn't gonna be that fast because his tires were so worn. But he only took fuel only. So you can see it says 2 to go, but the fuel light hasn't came on yet. So I'm feeling pretty optimistic, but I don't know if I can keep the lead at this point. And then going through the carousel with 2.5 laps to go, the fuel light's going to be coming on the exit here, right there. So that means when the fuel light comes on, basically 2 laps to the point is when you run out. So I need to save basically like a half a lap somehow in 2 laps. And Gary is catching me very quick. At this point, I know Gary is going to catch me and beat me in this race because I need to save more gas and he doesn't need to save gas. But we're going to go through Canada corner. You can see I'm starting to downshift because I think I can make it if I shift into third still, and third will give me a little more speed. But if you look in the track map, Gary has bended in Canada corner, and this gives me a huge gap. And I was so startled by it, I completely mess up this last turn, and I'm going to lose like 2 to 3 seconds just trying to get it on track. And then that's going to allow Combat to catch up gain a lot of ground. And we're coming to 2 to go, and it still says 2 laps of estimated fuel. So it's going to be tight. And then you can see this is with like a lap and a half to go. And Chafe now has moved into the second place position, trying to run me down. He has to win the race to make the next round. And I think I can make it on gas at this point, but I'm not sure. And it's really tight. And I'm saving a lot of gas too still. Like I can't push at all because I'll run out if I push, but I need to save gas. But I know it's going to be very, very close. Then here we are coming to the white flag, and you can see Chafe has ran me down. And at this point, I know the gig's up because it's been 1 lap for a while. So I unfortunately have to make the decision that I have to let him go after turn 1 because if I try to fight him, I will run out of gas and lose a ton of spots. But at this point, Liberty actually got a speeding penalty on pit road, so I felt I was safe no matter what happened at this point. But Chafe takes the lead, and in a must-win situation, he has taken the lead on the white flag to maybe make the next round of the playoffs. And then you can see I'm at 0 laps of field, but there's still gas in the tank, and you can see how far Chafe is ahead on the track map. You can see how much time I have given up this try to make it to the end of the race on this tank of fuel, and we still have gas. And I'm praying we do not run out in this section of the track, because we will not have the speed to get up that hill, and we'll lose a spot or two or a ton of spots because how slow we are. But Chaffee is going to come around and pull off the clutch win to advance to the next round, knocking out the 88 car of Libert. And we still have enough gas to get up the hill, and as soon as we cross the line is when we run out of gas. So you can see we're gaining speed, and then there's the bobbles. So we're out of gas at this point. So we brought it home P2 with a strategy call, and I'm pretty happy with that. I wish the race was 1 lap shorter, and we could have had the Road America win and have a few extra playoff points. But that's how it goes. We'll take second, and then we have advanced to the next round of the playoffs. And next week is Vegas, and I hope you guys enjoyed this race. If you did, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And you can watch these Nitro races live on Twitch Saturday nights on my Twitch channel, which will be in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I catch you guys in the next one. Bye.